Things are really heating up during Naples Mazda's Summer of Savings. Save on new 2014 Mazda 3i Sport, $149 a month. And get an extra $500 trade assistance at NaplesHasIt.com.
NaplesHasIt.com.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the PrepZone Playbook, where we tell you everything there is to know about high school football in Southwest Florida. It is week 5 already. With me as always, I'm Adam Fisher, by the way, in case you forgot. With me as always, Joe Craney. What's up, Joe?
Adam, who was out last week, we missed you. We were lost without you in week 4.
Well, I'm going to need your help here. We're going to recap week 4 real quick. I was not here, so tell me every single thing that happened and spare no detail.
Well, I'll pick the one that jumped out at me the most. Okay. Obviously, the big district game we had last week, I think it was 6A-13. Gulf Coast and Palmetto Ridge was, everyone thought would be a close game. Gulf Coast wins pretty convincingly, 18-7. Shut out Palmetto Ridge in the second half. And this was the big talk before the season, right? Gulf Coast with that new offense, how good would it be? And they played some lesser teams in the first few weeks, but I mean a pretty good win against Palmetto Ridge. And shout out to Gage Ryan, their running back. He goes for 123 yards in that game. And now he has 7 touchdowns, which is tied for the area lead. So they can pass it, and with Gage, I think they can run it too.
That's good. Gulf Coast gets a leg up in that district. It's a big district. Though I was not here, I was following all the scores, reading all the stories.
On Twitter.
I was impressed with Barron Collier. Yeah. Barron Collier actually lost, but I think they played their best game of the season. 28-27 loss at Immokalee, which is a tough place to play. They had an extra point blocked in the fourth quarter, or they could have gone to overtime. 2 of Immokalee's touchdowns were kickoff returns. I mean, kind of fluky things. So Barron Collier, I think, was looking better, and they got a tough one this week. Fort Myers, before they start district play in that same district as Gulf Coast and Palmetto Ridge.
Yes, sir.
So week 5, we got 3 district games, and they're all these small private schools. We got St. John Newman at First Baptist, Marco Island at Moorhaven. Those are both 2A6.
Sure.
And then Independent League, we got Southwest Florida Christian at Community School. However, there are some other big inter-county matchups. So what are you looking forward to in week 5?
Yeah, I'll talk about the one I'm going to be covering Friday. It's Lely at Palmetto Ridge, and I talked a little bit about Palmetto, but the big storyline coming into this one is Palmetto's starting quarterback Cody Young, who has been fantastic this year so far. Transfer from Lely, goes to Lely for 2 years, and his family moved. He's at Palmetto Ridge now. He's got 684 yards, 8 touchdowns, leads the area. So
yeah, 600 yards already.
684, it leads the area.
Pretty good.
8 touchdowns. So I think Lely, you're going to see what they're missing on Friday. Yeah.
Well, you had mentioned Gulf Coast, and I'm going to the Gulf Coast at Immokalee game, which in years past has not been much of a game, but I think it's going to be pretty good. Gulf Coast 3-1 for the 3rd time ever, but ties their best start. Immokalee, again, not real sure what to make of them. Sometimes they're up, sometimes they're down. So I'm interested to see what happens there. Another quick one to mention, Barron Collier at Fort Myers. That's 2 established programs here in the area. So that takes us to our Big 5. Again, not our top 5, our Big 5. Just teams to watch out for, whatever you want to make of it, and I'll let you tell us yours first.
All right, so I always start with my top 3, which still has not changed. South Fort Myers lost its first game last week, but they're still my number 1 team. And then Naples High at 2 and FBA at 3. I'll go Golden Gate 4. I think they've emerged as probably the favorite in that district after winning pretty convincingly last week. And then my 5 team, giving some love to St. John Newman. They've had some guys out, but I think they put some points on the board and keep it close against FBA this week.
I think that'll be a good game.
Yeah.
I went nuts with my Big 5. I just threw it out the window.
Sure
I
did,
said, let's just start from scratch. These are my teams that I'm just looking for this week. Gulf Coast, who I mentioned. Golden Gate, who you mentioned. Huge win last week. St. John Newman. Can they hold up against First Baptist? Marco Island going to Moorhaven. Very good team. That's a district game.
Very good team, yeah.
And Estero. I just want to see what Estero does. I think they're better than that 1-3, and I think they're bouncing back.
Yeah, I think so too.
For our complete power rankings, if you go to the Huddle blog at naplesnews.com/PrepZone, we have all the teams ranked, numbers 1 through 13. Those are your general power rankings. Who we think 1 through 5 are. So that's it for the show. Check back again, naplesnews.com/PrepZone. See full game previews on every story, as well as wrap-ups on Friday night, and we'll check you next week.